Welcome and good evening. I am your host this evening, Mr. Michael Winbush, and welcome to my Los Angeles studio. You know, ones have constantly emailed me asking me to go ahead and please bring on Uncle Shookey because they just want to know who he is and where did he come from and what does he hope to achieve. Well, and tonight we're gonna find that out. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Uncle Shookey via satellite all the way from New Orleans, Louisiana. Welcome, Uncle Shookey.
Well, I'd like to thank you for having me on your show, Mr. Michael Winbush. It's a pleasure to be here.
You know, Uncle Shookey, as I mentioned at the outset, like I often do, anywho, I want to know about you, what type of person you are, to get right into your soul, to go ahead and let my audience go ahead and identify with you. So I identified 3 questions I'm going to ask you. And the first one is this. Tell us about who you are, Uncle Shookey, and just where do you come from, please?
Well, I was born in New Orleans, Louisiana, in a shotgun house right next to Catfish Lake. And I was raised by my grandmother. Since my mama had died and all, she raised me and my brothers and sisters. And she was an exacting woman, but she knew what it took to raise boys, because she was kind of hard with us, but you had to be hard. And I think for her doing that, it really helped me out. And I think I turned out pretty good. You know, at least that's what my neighbors say. But you know, I'm thankful for her doing that, because it really helped me out.
Now that's very interesting, very, very interesting. And now my next question is this. How did you get started with KJE Inc.? How did you do it? And how did he find you again? Please let us know, because I remember you telling me, you know, when reading one of your books that you put out, a small pamphlet, that you yourself was retired. So go ahead and tell us, how did you hook up with Kevin Jones and become the national spokesperson for Business in a Bucket? Please.
Now, as to my detailing, well, I was standing on Canal Street. That's where it all started. And in New Orleans, Louisiana, standing on Canal Street. Yeah, that's right. And I seen this fella come down the road in this shiny new buggy. And he parked right in front of me. And this fella gets out and he goes on inside. But then another fella comes on out, he starts shining this buggy. And boy, he sure made it look good. And I said, man, I like to do that. And he said, would you like to learn? I said, yeah, you know, yeah, I want to do it. And so he taught me everything I knew about how to detail cars. And so I took what he told me, and much like this Business in the Bucket, I had my tools and everything. And I would go from door to door. And I asked people, do they want their cars done? The family and friends asked, do they want their cars done? And before you know it, the word got out. And I started doing my business. And then, through various jobs, I took and went on and opened my first detailing shop. And it really helped me to be self-motivated about myself. So that's what we doing. So we want folks to be empowered, much like I was, and definitely that man who really helped me out made me empowered, and I'm appreciative of that. Well, we came about to get this bucket going, and how I came about with KJE Inc. One day I was sitting in my living room in there, and I was sitting up there and I was watching TV, and it was talk about how the youths need to be empowered. And I said I would like to do something. So again, like I said, I came up with this concept called business in the bucket, what they would need to get going to empower themselves. And so I called up my nephew, Kevin Jones, and he told me, to come on out and see him and we could talk about it and see if we can get it created. And so that's what I did. I flew out there on the airplane and we got the internet site up and everything, which is www.businessinAbucket.net. Now, something else I want to tell you folks. Now, some folks have went on over to our other website where we have the book, The Owner's Guide to Auto Detailing, which is www.kjeinc.com, and just pick up the book. So if you just want to get the book, you do that. But if you want to get them together, then you go on over to Business in a Bucket. And so once we collaborated and we got that going, that's the word. I like that, collaborated. And so we did that, me and my nephew, and we got the product out there and get it on the internet. So that's how I came to be the spokesperson with KJE Inc. And it's a pleasure to do so because we helping folks during these trying economic times.
And I'm sure you guys will accomplish a lot. Now my third question is, what do you hope to accomplish with Business in the Bucket? Just what do you guys want to do, and where do you see yourselves in a couple of years with this Business in the Bucket?
Well, what I would like to accomplish is I would like to empower the youth to have self-motivation about themselves. I also like to help people to save money during these trying economical times. And if they don't want to start their own business, then they can, like I say, save that money. So I would like to help those folks do that. And also let other folks know, who might have been incarcerated, they might be looking for a way to motivate themselves. Well, Business in the Bucket can also help them as well. So I would like to accomplish those things and helping the folks during these tough times. And that's what KJE Inc. is all about. And so we like to do that.
Very, very interesting. Uncle Shookey, I'd like to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule there in New Orleans and taking the time to go ahead and talk with us. And I'm sure you inspired some of you who were listening to us here tonight. And anywho, we'd like to thank you for doing that. And you're always welcome to come on the show. Again, thank you.
Well, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to let an old man ramble on and talk about what I'm doing down here. And I appreciate you letting me come via satellite from New Orleans, Louisiana, and I appreciate that. And like you say, if I know anything else, I come out with some new products, I'll be sure and let you know, Mr. Michael Winbush. And again, thank you folks for listening to me out there. And also, don't forget to check us out on the thing they call the YouTube. Just type in my name, Uncle Shookey, and I'll come on up with my videos and everything. So again, we appreciate it, and you folks have a good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Mr. Michael Winbush. And tune in the next time to our channel when we'll be bringing you Devontae Shakespeare, another individual who have gone on to do great things with Business in the Bucket. So we look forward to the next time when we'll be seeing you. And I am your host, Mr. Michael Winbush. Till the next time.